Hello, thank you for joining me. So this video is about how to put a window into a door. So let's say we have our door complete, we have our panels in here, but maybe on the top of the door we can put a window on the top of our door. Maybe attractive. There's a way of doing it that's relatively fun to play with. So let's do this. Let's go back to our original sketch number 6, and make some modifications to that. If we were to take that top panel, we can go ahead and erase that. We're going to have to establish some relationships in here again, but we're going to erase that and then go ahead and put in a different we're going to put in a different feature in here, and that's going to be the window. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and rebuild this in a way. Let's put some of these dimensions back in so we can make those references again. And we're going to make a dimension from the very top up there, kind of leave it in the same place. We're going to put this dimension in, so now all the panels that come behind that are going to be in pretty good shape. So I think we're probably going to get some arrows here. This will give you an idea of what we could do in regard to those arrows and get those fixed. So here it says we have a panel fillet. There are some edges missing. Panel chamfer, again there's some edges missing, and then our mirror 6 is missing some elements in there too. So let's go ahead and fix these one by one. So the first one is our panel fillet. Let's go to edit that feature. This one up here, which kind of shows it as a dotted hidden line in a way. But over here in a feature manager, in our properties palette actually, it shows us that these edges are missing. So we should have 4 missing. We can just go ahead and delete those. I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Same thing with the panel chamfer. We should have 4 edges missing there. We're in pretty good shape there. So now we have our pattern over here. Now we have the room up here to actually do a window if we desire. So let's do this. Since we already have sketch 6 in here drawn, let's go back into sketch 6 and with the geometry we already have in here, let's borrow some of that geometry and put in a portion of that window that we want to do. So let's do this. Let's put a line in here across the bottom, which is going to represent the bottom part of that window cut. Let's put in a 3-point arc. We're going to start over at this point, go to the end of that arc, and then kind of establish something in there like that. We're going to go ahead and fix this up, and then we're going to mirror it to the other side and show you how to do that. So let's put in a smart dimension. It's pretty consistent from all these panels that are about 4 inches apart, so we're going to establish that. The length of this is kind of undetermined. If we were to take that endpoint and that line and make that coincident with each other, we do have that endpoint kind of locked up. In this one, what we want to do is we want to make sure that that arc is going to be perhaps, and again, your design doesn't have to be like this, it could be any design if you desire. We're going to make this, just because we want that top of that arc to be half of a circle, we're going to make that line, that center line that just drew out, and that arc, we're going to make those tangent to each other. This way, when we mirror it across, it looks relatively consistent and whole too. So, smart dimension, we're going to take a dimension from this line to that edge and make it very similar to the dimension we had in there before for that top panel. Make that 4 1/4, and then we should be in pretty good shape. Now when we go ahead and rebuild this, it's not going to like us. There's going to be some things that are going to be missing here. It's going to be looking for enclosed geometry. I'm going to continue to ignore that error, and then, oh man, look at all that. Let's go back and edit sketch 6. And we can mitigate this by making this construction geometry. And if we rebuild, it should be in pretty good shape. There we go. Now we have embedded in sketch number 6 some geometry we can use for a different feature. And that feature is going to be that window we're going to cut. So let's do this. We're going to click in this face, go to sketch, click on this sketch button up here in the upper left hand corner. That allows us to enter any of these sketch entities, but you have to click on this first in order to go to convert entities or offset entities. So let's go to convert entities. Let's borrow sketch number 6. So if you open this up, click on sketch number 6. We don't want to select all of that, but we do want to make it visible. So right click on this, we're going to tell it to show. And we're going to click some entities in sketch number 6, and we're going to borrow that. So these 2 items, we have that in our window over here. Go to green check mark again. And let's take this line too and convert that. Just by clicking on convert entities allows us to do it. Green check mark. And we're going to take this line, and of course we're going to make that a center line. So we're going to make that for construction over here. And we're going to take this, this, and this, and guess what? We're going to make a mirror entities out of it. Okay, now that we have that enclosed geometry, go to Features, Extrude Cut, Through All. Now we have our feature all the way through. And yeah, not really what we're looking for. So let's go back and edit that. Right click on that. We're going to have to choose our entities that we want under Select Contours. Now let's just choose these two sides rather than the whole thing. So if you didn't catch what happened here, and I just caught it here just this last minute, if we go back to Sketch 7, because we had that door selected, you know, the Convert Entities button also converted the very edge of our door. So we have some geometries here, some additional geometry here that we really don't want. So now if we go ahead and rebuild it, it should cut it exactly where that window is, or where we want that window to be. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. We'll go ahead and finish this up in the next one.